Hey guys, welcome back to Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. And for this next video, we are going to go ahead and continue with our Warrior of the Light series, uh, a manual by Paulo Coelho. And again, if you're not familiar with Paulo Coelho's work, you really should be. And I definitely recommend you check out The Alchemist for sure. But many of his other works are also phenomenal. So, definitely. But Warrior of the Light, yes, a manual. It's been a while since I did the first video in the series, which I called Off the Cuff Warrior of the Light Part 1. And if you haven't checked that out, feel free to go back and check that out. But as I had mentioned in that first video, Warrior of the Light is written in such a way that it is kind of like in the style of Sun Tzu's Art of War or Morihei Ueshiba's Art of Peace, for example, in which each page is a contemplative suggestion or a theme or concept or thought that the author, Paulo Coelho, is suggesting you contemplate, or a warrior contemplate on, or take time to think about, toss around, look at different angles of, and thus help grow and expand our awareness and consciousness as warriors of the light, right? So, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. But anyway, so I had done the first contemplative thought, Warrior of the Light Part 1, and it's been a while. So let's go ahead. A few people actually asked me to continue when I was going to continue the series on the videos, because I've been doing them, each contemplative thought, as a post on my Facebook, along with some written feedback, some thoughts that I had on it, on each entry. But, on Facebook, I'm further ahead. I'm like on Warrior of the Light 23, I believe. Yeah. So, I thought I would, continue here in the videos as well. And then somebody happened to ask me, and then someone else did too. And I was like, okay, fine. Let's go ahead and continue, pick back up where we left off. And let's go ahead and do that. So what I'll do, like last time, I'll read the entry, and then uh, I don't know if I have any thoughts or whatever or anything to say about it. I'll do it at that time. Okay, so let's go to part 2. All right, so for part 2, Paulo Coelho says, all the world's roads lead to the heart of the warrior. He plunges unhesitatingly into the river of passions, always flowing through his life. The warrior knows that he is free to choose his desires, and he makes those decisions with courage, detachment, and sometimes with just a touch of madness. He embraces his passions and enjoys them intensely. He knows that there is no need to renounce the pleasures of conquest. They are a part of life and bring joy to all those who participate in them. But he never loses sight of things that last or of the strong bonds forged over time. A warrior can distinguish between the transient and the enduring. And let's just take a few quick deep breaths on what we just heard. And let's see if we have a few thoughts on it. Let's take a few deep breaths. All right, ready? And absorb what we just read. Ready? Inhale. One more. Inhale. All the way down to your belly. And hold. And exhale when you're ready. So let's take a look at this. Let's break it down a little bit. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy, but I did have a few thoughts. Let's start with the first part. All the world's roads lead to the heart of the warrior. He plunges unhesitatingly into the river of passions, always flowing through his life. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so all the world's roads lead to the heart of the warrior. Well, for one, all roads ultimately lead to truth with a capital T. And a true warrior has truth in their heart. So that makes total sense to me, that all the world's roads lead to the heart of the warrior, because the true warrior does in fact have truth with a capital T in their heart. Now, he plunges unhesitatingly into the river of passions, always flowing through his life or her life, right? So, yes, a warrior knows his or her passions and knows the value and how intrinsically they are connected to his or her life's mission, and therefore they unhesitatingly dive into it, right? Because why hesitate on your life mission, right? So the warrior knows that he is free to choose his desires, and he makes these decisions with courage, detachment, and sometimes with just a touch of madness. Right? So, yes, okay, sometimes it takes a touch of madness for a warrior to accomplish the things that they accomplish. Okay, and how much madness is needed for each specific situation will be dictated by the given circumstances surrounding each situation. But yes, it will take a combination of courage as well as detachment, because you can't have, um, you can't be attached to to a desired outcome. You can give it your all and then just let it go and surrender and be at peace that you gave it your all, but not have expectations or have attachments to a desired outcome or specific desired outcomes. He embraces his passions and enjoys them intensely. He knows that there is no need to renounce the pleasures of conquest. They are a part of life and bring joy to all those who participate in them. Yeah, of course. So, of course, there's no need to renounce the pleasures of conquest. That is one of the rewards one reaps from, from conquest, right? So, there's no harm in enjoying the rewards you reaped from your great efforts, of course. In fact, enjoying the rewards that you're reaping from your great efforts and from your battles and your struggles and the things you have overcome, to then be able to enjoy the fruits of those labors and those efforts. Of course, that only helps you to shine more brightly, which only encourages others to shine more brightly as well, and to want to strive for higher ideals and higher goals in their own paths. So, because that's contagious, that passion and that fire is contagious. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your efforts. It's all part of the sentiment that then helps to build community, which then helps to get the snowball rolling, so to speak. Okay, but he never loses sight of things that last or of the strong bonds forged over time. A warrior can distinguish between the transient and the enduring. Yes, and as part of your own, daily, as a warrior of the light, you know the importance of undertaking daily self contemplative, self reflective, and self corrective practices like self purification, practices that purify the mind, body, and soul. Um, these practices, why do we undertake them? Because they help to sharpen our discernment so that we then see truth much more clearly and can then easily distinguish between the transient and the enduring, or aka what needs to remain in your life and what needs to go bye bye. Okay, uh, so yes, a warrior of the light has been refining this within him or herself and fine tuning their ability to distinguish or discern between things of high value that need to be cherished and adopted and welcomed, um, and entertained for in your life or on your path, versus the things that you need to let go, or that just let go of, or that you need to or that just don't need to remain or stay. So yeah, that was Warrior of the Light Part 2. And as always, wonderful concepts, wonderful thoughts to toss around, and think about, from all these different angles, and expand upon within your own knowingness so that you can either become a better warrior of the light, or at least understand warriors of the light, right? Yeah. Okay, so thank you again for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed Warrior of the Light Part 2. And I'll continue on with this along with other videos. And until the next one, sending you guys all much, much love from my heart with a capital H, as always. And until next time, much love.